Hello, my beautiful synergists. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Soulful Synergy Hub. Nice to have you back in class, just learning about the divine laws that affect us consciously, subconsciously, all around us on a daily basis. Please take off your shoes, get super comfy, and like and subscribe and listen to not only these videos but all the other beautiful videos that will be coming out and that have come out over the last year. Today I wanted to talk about the relationship role when it comes to the divine law of grace. Now, before, when I talked about the divine law of grace, I talked about being there for people, being kind, and choosing peace when otherwise you would have chose violence. And this extends to the people who we can turn to hurt the most. We tend to hurt these people who are closest to us because they see all sides of us and they are around us the most. I know I in the past have taken out my anger on the people who are closer to me than arm's length because I feel very comfortable with them. But sometimes we risk hurting ourselves or ostracizing us against others when we try to take our energy out on the people we love the most in the worst ways possible. So the divine law of grace enables us to see and challenge ourselves when we get into a certain situations where we would otherwise react. And we need to appreciate that even though we do have all these emotions as human souls, we have so much depth and so much range to what we can do in our talents and capabilities. We also need to risk not taking this out on people closest to us by transferring our energy to other people in a negative way. So what I'm basically saying is this, my fellow synergist. We have multiple ways to talk to the people who we love, because if we talk to the people we love in the worst ways, we can do more damage than good. And if you're in a relationship, there's two of you and we have an argument, and that argument can linger, there could be some resentment. This ultimately could lead to the relationship breaking up in one way or another. So if you are talking to a loved one or a family member or someone who's close to you, just remember to think before you speak. Ultimately, if you upset someone and say things, you'll do damage that you can't undo, and the foundation you brought together can come crashing down. So you need to voice what you're going through in a more diplomatic way, in a way which ends towards love, not fear. If you're upset because the dishes weren't done, don't get angry at the person because they haven't done it. Take a couple minutes just to think about the situation and come back in a different approach. I mean, imagine if you forgot to do something and your parents came home and saw you didn't do it. A lot of us, our parents would have just reacted in the wrong way, and from there we would have been shouted at and we would have felt bad for it. But instead, if our parents came to us and stressed the importance of doing the dishes and also told them how they felt, then we'll appreciate more and make sure we don't do it next time. So imagine that situation, but you are talking to a loved one and saying, look, I know you haven't done the dishes, I'm quite tired, but it would be nice if the house is clean. And also show some understanding for how they're feeling, and just say something along the lines of, I know you must be feeling tired as well, and I understand that. Let's just have a deep conversation about everything, and let's just try to iron out how we can do this to make sure that everybody's happy in the future. By therefore using the law of grace, you not only make your relationships more clear and clairvoyant, you actually show much more of an understanding and bring more love into the relationship as a result. So I say to everybody who's listening to this right now, Just before you react, just respond. Use the law of grace and just be more understanding of what people are going through, and you will have a much better situation in your life.